All right, everyone, we are back live. Hopefully, the sound sounds a lot better. That would be fantastic. And I believe Tony Stark Jr. has another show obligation, so we wish him well there. Yeah, guys, I still think the sound is messed up. We might have to postpone.
Or we could use Zoom. You can stream from Zoom, right?
It sounds clear to me.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Oh, if it's clear, then let's get it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, when I speak, I hear a little
Well,
echo.
guys, what did you think about the Back to the Future? Does it still hold up after all these decades?
I'll jump in there first. So honestly, I wasn't interested in watching it again. I was like, I don't feel like watching it again. I don't watch movies over often. But surprisingly, it was pretty good. And my wife even was like, when I was watching it, she was like, "You're gonna watch that?" I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm a team player, whatever." And next thing you know, she was actually into it as well. So it's kind of cool because we both enjoyed it. Yeah. So and some stuff I didn't even remember. Like I totally forgot the reason why he went back to the future because the guys showed up and started shooting. I was like, what? If you would have asked me to tell the story of Back to the Future, I would have left that out. I forgot all about that part.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
I thought it was entertaining. Well, I'll get to that later, but I liked it. I like watching it. I've always loved those movies. Those movies are my top franchises, actually. If you remember, we did that show earlier. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching part 2. How about you, Chloe?
I enjoyed it, obviously. Love Back to the Future. It reminds me of going to Disney World.
Okay.
When I was a kid.
Gotcha. And Josh, yourself?
Oh yeah, every time I watch this movie, I get excited for the next one. So I think it's a complete film. I love how, the story just guides you through something strange and peculiar because you don't see it often. And I think they knocked it out the park. Can't wait for part 2.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Some of those things were crazy, like you said, when they took him in the house, they hit him with a car, took him in the house. That was hilarious to me.
Yeah. What's funny too is you guys are like, I can't even remember what happened in part 2, and then it was it part 3 of them because Mike, you 3, said, and I'm like, 3. I don't even remember a third one.
Yeah, they're in my top trilogy, so we'll see 2 and 3 in the next couple of weeks. So
you guys are like, so that's Josh messing with the.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm just monitoring the stream from my mobile device.
What about holding up wise from 1985 to now? What do you think about that, Tony?
I was entertained. I think it held up really well. Yeah, listen, I could have went to the movies and seen it now. Like I was entertained. Yeah.
What was your favorite part, Chloe?
Favorite part. I didn't necessarily have a favorite part. It was a lot of references that went over my head when I saw it the first time because I was a kid, obviously.
Okay.
So like just watching it as an adult and like, oh, okay, that joke means that. It gave it a new perspective.
Gotcha. You got something that you didn't like about it, Tony?
No, I enjoyed it. Yeah, okay. I didn't dislike anything. If I was
you all are being entertained, so
yeah. I mean, I was entertained. I thought, like Josh said, I think the important thing is what Josh said, it led you along like the story, like really good. So you was just engaged,
Yeah, I definitely would say that. For me, watching it, I started seeing little things I didn't see before because I'm more of a movie fan now. Like kind of how in the beginning, how Doc kind of explained everything that would happen before it happened. So that was a little, different for me. But overall, I was still very entertained, 100%. I would say. And it's cool that they went back to the 50s and then the 80s. And then you'll see where they go in the next movie, which is even better, I think, because in the part 2, they go to the future so we can see what things were actually there that would actually happen, that they thought would happen. or things that didn't happen,
Right.
which I thought would be pretty good.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I can't wait to see what predictive programming they put in the future films, because we're gonna see some things that are going on today, so it's gonna be very interesting.
Very, very interesting. And
I mean, especially with Goldie, right? His whole speech soliloquy about standing up for yourself. I mean, I was like, oh wow, that totally applies right now. And the fact that a black man was saying it was very interesting.
and became black mayor, and the first black mayor in that town, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's good. It's cool they put that in the movie in
then
1985 too. I thought that was pretty dope.
I thought that too. Yeah, when I was
Exactly.
looking, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
One part
And then
that
the whole.
oh, go ahead. You first.
No. Go ahead, Chloe.
I was gonna say one part I didn't kind of get, and I think they might have alluded to it, was like when Biff saw the sun, it looked like he remembered him from the past. Because if he went back to the future, he would have been there. Like they would have remembered him, how he looked when he grew up.
That's what I was thinking. There's some missing plot lines, missing plot holes.
That's a good point.
But I don't know if it was missing, because remember when Biff came over the house and he was punking the dad?
Yeah.
He looked at him and he was like, he gave him like a little look, like, I don't want no beef with you. And then he left. But I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Definitely. I think but it's 85 and people weren't as invested in like rewatching and watching things in slow motion back then. So I think movies in the 80s have certain plot holes that, movies now, they try to clean up a little bit and stuff like that. So, and that clearly wasn't Michael J. Fox singing that song at the end.
Oh yeah. That's what I said to my wife. I was like, it's funny that they make you, they're putting this on and they want you to believe that was his voice. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, clearly was not. But it's cool that he went back and found Doc and stuff. Like the whole thing is pretty dope. How they kind of do it and whatnot. So.
Yeah.
And then he saw his uncle who was wound up in jail, but he's always like being in the crib and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool too. So, and the whole Calvin Klein in the underwear, stuff like that. I love.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It gets you into it. Definitely is engaging. Always watched it when it came on. It's just a good movie, which is why I can't wait to see the other two guys, because I think you'll like the other two, as well.
Yeah, when this ended, I actually got excited and was looking forward to it. So
Yeah,
I think for me, it's good because I didn't have a high interest in watching it, and so for me to watch it and enjoy it and look forward to the next one, that was pretty cool for me.
Yeah. His mom and dad, they did good because they played like a younger couple and an older couple.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was good acting by them too.
And the special effects for them to look older, I was like, oh, was they pulling that off back then? Because they did a good job, with the face and the creases and stuff.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good too.
Wait, so I'm a little confused, Ant. Like, why didn't you want to watch it?
This was a classic, but this wasn't a classic where I want to watch again. Like if I'm gonna watch something again, it probably would be horror or got action, explosions. Nothing in my head say I want to watch Back to the Future over again. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely, if you say, oh, did you like the movie? Of course, it was a classic, but nowhere is this a movie I would watch again.
I lump this with like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I wouldn't watch it again.
And like movies like that, like these are like my childhood staple movies. Like you had to
watch this is like Teen Wolf. I said to my wife, I was like, you seen Teen Wolf? This is like Teen Wolf. Something else. I brought up a couple of things that was similar to this, that was classics, but I'm not looking forward to watching them again because it's not my genre of movie. Like it was cool, funny, it's enjoyable. But if I'm gonna rewatch something, I'm gonna watch something like The Mist, Underworld. Like I'm gonna watch something, a little different.
It seems like you don't like the older movies might not be more in your wheelhouse anymore. Like from the 80s, I guess, something like that.
I don't. Not that it's just an older movie. It's just the type of movie. Like that movie that's like a fun family movie. I don't want to watch I'll watch a fun family movie once with the kids and everybody. We're not. A couple weeks later, we're not gonna be like, hey, let's watch that movie, the fun family movie again. I don't have high interest in rewatching that.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it again too. But nowhere.
Right.
You wouldn't have caught me ever saying, hey guys, tonight I'm watching or rewatching Back to the Future.
Yeah. It was a good reason to do it then.
Yeah, well, so what's cool about this is I was at first like, man, I got no interest at all. I'm about to sit through this movie. And what's cool is we're actually watching movies where, you know, yeah, guys are picking and choosing movies to rewatch. And it was enjoyable, you know? I liked it. So
would you rewatch it later because you rewatch it now?
No. Yeah, no, nothing's gonna make. Yeah, I'm definitely. This is how I watch. Like The Mist is probably one of the movies I've seen the most because to me it still has the best ending I ever seen in a movie. And I often, whenever I watch that, a reason why I watch it so many times, it'll be someone new that never seen it. I'm like, what? You never seen The Mist? I gotta throw it on. So but this
is that the one where there's like a fog and there's monsters in the fog?
Yes.
Oh.
But they did have a movie called The Fog as well.
So maybe I'm thinking of The Fog.
Maybe, yeah. It all depends because they had a couple movies like that. But and it was very similar with Things in the Fog, Things in the Mist. But The Mist is Stephen King. But
but I will say that I think this trilogy specifically is the one trilogy that gets me excited about putting on the next movie right away. So I can go watch number 2 right now.
No, I agree. If you played number 2 right now, I'll watch it because it left me like I want to see more.
Yeah, like if I would have saw this in the movies in '85, I would have been mad to wait another year or two to have to go see the next one. Honestly,
yeah. You know what?
Yeah. So current franchises take notes.
Yeah. I feel like movies don't end the way this ends. And I was even watching it psychologically. I was like, well, maybe nowadays people don't know if the movie is going to be a big hit. Maybe back then they just took more chances. They figured this is going to be a great movie. We're going to end it with a cliffhanger as if, you know, it's to be continued. Where now it's like a movie comes out, ends, and then it's kind of like, see how much money we make. Did we make enough money to make a sequel? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. And people's expectation, like people are so impatient now. Like I said, to wait 2 years to see the next one would drive people crazy, honestly. But also build up anticipation to get more money in the theater. So
yeah,
a little bit of both. But I love how this ends, and I can definitely watch the next one over again. Again, this has always been my top trilogy, so you know I'll never change.
Yeah,
that. I actually got a friend. I'm gonna send y'all not a friend, but I used to work at Quaker Bridge Mall, and there's a security guard who looks just like Michael J. Fox. I took a picture. I'm gonna send it in our chat.
So what are your thoughts or everyone's thoughts on remaking this? Do you think it's possible? And is it going to be like as much as a pop culture staple if they were to remake it?
I don't, me personally, after watching it again, if I didn't watch it just now, I probably would have said, yo, that'd be a cool stab at making it again. But after rewatching it, I feel like it was so spot on. I wouldn't want them to mess it up.
I think they could remake it, especially this first one. Mm-hmm. You know, because people love nostalgia. So I think like going back to like if they made it now and then went back to like the 80s, let's say, I think it would be kind of dope. I don't know about the whole, you know, future part, but the going backwards, I think would be kind of dope. So
I wonder how could they mess it up? Like, you know how they usually remake something and take a different spin? Like, is it going to be like a raunchy comedy this time around? You know, will it be family type fun movie like it was? You know, will it be rated R this go around? Will it be?
I don't think this was a family fun movie in the 80s, though. Actually,
okay.
Like this, what I'm saying. This one had cursing in it. It was like a rape happening. This was not a family movie in the 80s. Actually, maybe now it would be, but definitely not in the 80s. It wasn't. So.
I just think you're thinking of now. I think that stuff is acceptable then. You know.
Really, I think it's opposite. Actually. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, what's the rating?
I don't know. I have to go back and look at it.
What's the rating, Josh?
But yeah, I think
I'll check.
I'll look it up. Look, I'm using my trusty thing around my neck. So
yeah, there you go, Tony.
A thing around your neck. What is that?
Yeah, I everybody laugh at me, but I love it. So I got this thing and it got my phone. Oh. And so I could turn it 360 degrees because my phone's kind of big. So I got the phone that folds. So as you guys are talking, like I could write somebody real quick, but still keep eye contact. So, you know, I'm going to look up the movie.
Oh, great. So you can look it up. Excellent.
Yeah,
you can answer your own question. Hooray.
Well, that's actually what I said, but you wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to look it up.
No, I was just curious why you could ask when you had that great technology to figure it out yourself, you know?
Oh, you're right, but you're like the what's the Captain Kirk of the group. I figure you like to be in
Speaking
charge.
of
You like to be in
moving on to Superman. Interesting.
All right.
I wonder how you do that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll figure it
Mike,
out later.
Yeah.
But
it
yes,
was
Big
PG.
Mike, what were your thoughts
It was?
when you
Okay.
heard
Yeah.
that Henry Cavill might be back in the DCEU, but not as Superman, allegedly?
I didn't hear that. I thought he was back as Superman. It's the last news.
Yeah,
I
I
heard.
thought.
But like
I thought,
cameos, not like an actual film.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
heard.
Yeah. Well, two things happened. One, he's hot. Like I'm not hot like her. I mean, like his stature right now after The Witcher. You know, a lot of people want to see him. So I think the DCEU has said we need you in our movies, whether it's Aquaman, whether it's the new Shazam that's going to come out, stuff like that. But I also heard J.J. Abrams wants to do a whole Man of Steel too, like Superman movie. So that may happen as well, from what I heard. So.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Abrams and Warner Brothers are like getting in real business with each other. So he might take over a whole Superman franchise moving forward. So you're a big JJ fan, so you know.
I mean, he did wonderful things with Star Trek and Star Wars, so why not Superman? Add it to the list.
Except for The Force Awakens. But,
and I like Henry Cavill a lot as Superman.
Chloe, why are you laughing at Mom though?
Eesh.
I'm just enjoying this conversation.
Okay. With no bees no more, right? Outside.
No bees we sprayed, so I'm sure.
I watched
a hornet's nest right behind me.
Oh wow.
So I dodged some bullets, guys. Now.
See.
Fair
what are your
enough.
thoughts on Henry Cavill coming back, Josh? Because I know you want him to be Bond, right? Like,
I mean, me personally, I think he could do both. I mean, I still want him to do Witcher, obviously. So I think he could do both that and Superman. But if he's going to be the new Wolverine, I don't know.
I don't see it, bro. It's too much of a commitment. All those things at the same time.
Well, let me ask you people said the same thing, but look at The Rock. The Rock could do it. Anyone else could do it.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but because what you're saying is Henry Cavill would do Superman, Wolverine, and The Witcher. All of those things are.
I didn't say Bond. I didn't say Bond.
Well, all of those things are things that can keep going. You know, they can have another movie. The Rock usually do like a lot of standoff movies. Though Fast and Furious is the only thing he does that he's like, you know, it's another one coming out. So I feel like that's an easier commitment. You make a one-off movie, another one-off movie, another one-off movie.
The Rock wasn't he in Jurassic? I mean, in Jumanji.
Jumanji, yeah, he was.
Fast and Furious as well. So those are two franchises right there.
Yeah, I said Fast and Furious. But yeah,
I think we need to get Anthony a crown.
I mean, you was just repeating what I said, but
I don't. Okay, let me go back to Wolverine and Superman. I don't think he'll commit to DC and Marvel at the same time. I'll just put it like that.
That'd be cool though. If you was to choose just one role for him, what do you think would be the role you would choose?
The Witcher.
Each person. Okay.
I was Superman. I think he is Superman. I think he's the best Superman that we had so far. So.
And you, Chloe?
Well, I'm not well versed in this subject, so I'm listening. Who's this guy?
He's the guy who played Superman. He's the guy who played Superman.
Oh, that guy? Yeah. He looks familiar. Well, I haven't seen Superman, so maybe we can watch.
Man of Steel, you haven't seen?
No.
You gotta see Man of Steel. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Mike. I would like him to be Superman as well.
I think his ceiling is a lot higher in The Witcher than it would be with Clark Kent personally.
Think so?
Oh, I mean, for me as a superhero, as far as it goes, I feel like Superman's always overpowered, and then they have to dramatize his one weakness, which is kryptonite, in order to balance the scale. Because I don't think there's not many people in any like DCEU or MCU that could really F with Superman, if we're being completely honest. Like, there's not many people on that level in terms of superpower. It's incredibly overpowered, so that's why they have to balance it out. So I just get fatigued. Like in the Man of Steel, that final fight with the other dude from Krypton, it was just like, how are you actually gonna? Your punches aren't actually doing anything, and you're just doing more damage to the city. So it's just like a bunch of Hulks smashing each other, but with even more powers. For me, it's just too much.
Okay, yeah, General Zod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, but I feel like Superman is one of the most iconic superheroes, so we can't just not have Superman because he's super powerful. So I feel like if you're going to do a Superman movie, he would be awesome at it. Also, The Witcher is new in terms of, show. You know, we had the video games and the books. So it's like, I think it was well received, but also not as well received too. So I just feel like he's so good at Superman. I obviously we got to have a Superman. And I feel like, man, it'd be a hurt to finally find a good Superman and then lose him, because like who would take his place, you know? So I would be afraid of not having him as Superman and they recast him into somebody we don't like, and we have the whole Batman thing going again.
I tell you what, I would like to see him under Abrams for a project. I would like that. So,
well, don't they have someone new for the Joker each time?
Technically, yeah, she's right.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So would Superman be any different?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that, like, look how people hated Jared Leto. What's that guy's name? Yeah, people hated him as a Joker, right? So then they tried it. So I feel like if you could nail it, get somebody people love. Like, remember, people loved
Heath Ledger,
but he died, unfortunately. So I doubt they would have changed him out, you know. So so you find a great Superman, like Mike said. It would suck to have him do something else and not Superman. But again, The Witcher is super popular and it's new, so you know. I don't know. Yeah.
And Spider-Man, don't they change Spider-Man out too?
Whenever they did that, it was when it pretty much was dying. It wasn't as popular, and they decided, hey, let's start it over. You know.
Huh.
So.
Josh, what's next?
But moving on, and guess what came in today, Mike? Just in time, because this is the way.
Nice.
So the Mandalorian docuseries. I just watched episode 1 before we watched Back to the Future, and it was very interesting to see how they created the show with, was it 5 different directors?
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, Taika Waititi, Bryce Dallas Howard, and I think Deborah Chow, excuse me, and who else? Obviously, Favreau was involved, but it was very interesting. And what's his name? Fayuyawa?
Oh,
yeah. Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Slick Rick.
But it's very interesting how they...
series. I'm interested in it, but, you know,
yeah.
I'm excited when the show comes back. I know a lot of announcements have been happening. I know Tony still hasn't watched it yet, even though his daughter has Disney Plus, so he can check it out, whatnot. But
eventually,
okay. I'll let you use my Disney Plus if you need it, man, to watch. But
listen, I'm still waiting for Chloe to get that Disney Plus.
Chloe,
I think she's first in line, actually.
Chloe likes to steal Netflix and other people's stuff, so.
I don't steal anything.
Allegedly.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like to borrow it. I'm sorry. Allegedly. What did you think of it, Josh, though, the whole making of and stuff like that? So.
Well, again, I wanted to, spread it out. So I only did episode 1. So I didn't like, I feel like my binge watching days are over. Because I have too much things that I got to do. So like once a week is probably best for me. And it's only 30 minutes. It's the same runtime as The Mandalorian. So I'm sure, Mike would appreciate that.
That's interesting about the binge watching thing. That's like the thing going on, like with people. Is binge watching better than appointment watching, going back and forth, stuff like that? I think it depends on the show, me personally. But, it's tough. Sometimes you get into a show when you can keep watching over and over again. You love it.
Yeah.
At that.
But I do definitely want to watch watch the show again and see the differences between each director, because it makes so much sense that certain directors did certain episodes. So it'd be fun to see.
Yeah, when I watch it finally, I'll be able to add more to that Mandalorian stuff.
And then finally, capping off, Tony Stark Jr. sent me this.
Yes,
the
sir.
Harry Potter role player game leak. Can't wait for this. This looks very interesting. I can't wait to create my own wizard in Slytherin, obviously, and
Right.
dominate at Hogwarts. What did you think when you saw it, Tony?
I think Potter is a franchise that need a really good video game, and so I feel like it's going to be a big hit if they do it right. And I'll be interested in checking out as well. Harry Potter just is so, the imagination, the imaginary characters, like it has a world of its own that could go on and on and on. And so I feel like it needs a place in video games, you know. But I just feel like every time they do a video game movie or a book or a cartoon or something, they somehow screw it up. So I just hope they can. No, it just is what it is. So I hope they can nail it. That would be cool. That would really be cool.
And what about you, Chloe? You're in the Potterverse. How would you feel about going to Hogwarts digitally?
Well, the first thing I'm thinking of is like time, because I was addicted to The Sims, and I feel like this Harry Potter game would be similar to that. As far as like spending time investment. But it's gonna be dope. I love Harry Potter. Like if you could make an entire world at Disney World about Harry Potter, the game is gonna be off the hook. I don't have any doubts that this game is gonna be, you know, what they think is gonna, or what they're saying is gonna be.
Right.
I think I'll live up to the hype. Number one, the budget is outrageous. And number two, it took years. Like Harry Potter hasn't been out for years. So they've probably been working on this for years. So I don't think it's gonna disappoint at all. But I think it's going to be one of those games that you're going to spend a lot of money in, like Fortnite.
Oh, I got you.
That Fortnite formula going, it's going to be ridiculous with revenue, because there are Harry Potter fans till they die.
Right.
Like
they will have to use. It will be a missed opportunity for a company if they didn't do some type of like implement. Like Fortnite has what's called a battle pass, and you're right. They would. If I was a company, I would have to put something in there. You know, you pay for the game once, but then you got other stuff you could buy. And again, it's not pay to win. That's what people kind of hate, where if I buy this gun, I could buy this gun, but you can't, and be better. But they're going to make outfits, changing the color of your wand. Like, you know it.
Yeah. And from the Tony, did you ever see that clip, that teaser that leaked?
Yeah, you
so
sent
some
it
of the gameplay, it actually looks like it looks proper. Like you could tell there's a lot of great graphics in there. You could tell there's going to be a lot of fluidity with the joystick, let's say.
Right.
Oh, they're probably going to come out with a Harry Potter wand for PlayStation 5. Don't get it twisted.
Well, no, you know what? They do have a VR, so they're probably going to have like a VR. You know, can you imagine that? Yeah, so imagine you put on a headset and you use your I forgot what the PlayStation thing is called, but it's pretty much a wand, you know. I
think they're gonna come out with an actual wand, because they sell them at Disney World.
Okay.
All they gotta do is put like a little sensor in there or something. It's gonna be that's my prediction. I could be wrong.
You're very excited.
Absolutely, because I mean, you saw the same effect for the Harry Potter games for the Wii, and you were doing the same thing. So I think it'll translate very well.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Big Mike, did we miss anything else?
I just said something interesting in our chat, which is nice. But I got hear about the Disney World reopening date in July, which is they have an actual date right now, Disney World, and did you go this week, Chloe, to the Great Adventure or no?
On Thursday, I'm going.
Oh, on Thursday, you excited about that?
It's the drive-through. It's the safari. No. Of course, I'm excited about it. I haven't gotten out the house in like 3 months, guys.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm ready for this safari. I'm bringing snacks.
Yeah, I'm like Chloe. Every time something opens, I got to do it. So you think about it. Last Sunday, we did a drive-in. Yesterday, we went to Seaside. And also, we also, because like you got to actually schedule what Chloe knows to go to Great Adventures. You have to schedule it, because it sells out or it fills up, I guess. So
Yeah,
we're going we're going on Sunday.
Are you going tomorrow? Well, next Sunday, okay.
Yeah, next Sunday. Yeah, the 7th.
On Thursday, I think.
Yeah, the 7th. We're going. Yeah, so that's cool to do like different things. So I'm like, you know, if it opens up, and all these things that opening up are opening up smart too. They're like, you know, they're like Seaside. All the games aren't open, even though a couple people was playing games. I was like, oh, hold on, but they're opening up and they're having it where it's a lot of social distancing, so it's cool.
Wait, were you allowed to go on the beach at Seaside?
You were, yep.
And were people like socially distancing?
Yeah. But what I did notice is it wasn't many people wearing masks. It was probably like 30% of the people you seen was wearing masks, you know. But it was a lot of space. It wasn't crowded, but so you never had to worry about somebody walking up and coughing on you. But yeah.
Could you get in the water? I know in the beginning you couldn't get in the water.
Yeah, you could get in the water now, but the water was freezing. It was 55 degrees.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I'm hearing that Regal and Cinemark, which are the second and third biggest theaters in America, also going to be opening in July. So that's what we're really looking forward to. AMC hasn't made any announcements because they're too busy trying to figure out their money. Right. But Regal and Cinemark are saying they definitely want to open up in July. So
yeah, I mean, I remember I sent that trailer for one movie, and they actually had a date, and I was like, if it's a new trailer and they got a date, they got to know something we don't know.
Yeah, I forget which one it was. Yeah.
Well, I think it was the one with I forgot what it was, but yeah, remember I was like, Mike, they got a date.
Yeah. Then well, Tenet still holding July 17th, and I told Josh I watched that breakdown. I'm gonna have to watch the movie twice because there's a lot of stuff in that movie that's like, oh my god, just the breakdown alone.
I was writing to you and I totally didn't finish and I never sent it. But what I was saying to you is I didn't want to watch the breakdown. I just wanted to go see it fresh. So I don't want to have to think too much. Like you already thinking you got to see it twice, right? So I'm right. I don't want the breakdown to kind of like, I don't know. I just want to go straight in on it.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Josh, or no?
Not yet. I'll probably watch it closer to the movie just to add to that excitement. And then, you know, I'm not really bothered by spoilers or anything like that. And I'm just curious if it's actually going to be, as Eric Vaughn, shout out to New Rockstar, surmised, that it's going to be in the Inception universe, which I think would be interesting.
That would be very, very interesting. Guys. What happened?
I still haven't seen Inception.
Yeah, we can't watch it on the watch party, but actually we can really. You should watch it.
Yeah, we can. But I don't know. I feel like that's a film that should be seen in the theater as well.
Really?
Not in the theater anymore, though. So you can't.
I'm trying to get one of those screens, like the drive-in screens back here.
I saw that. You can buy one like 100 feet, like 100 feet or something like that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
We're gonna get one, like do our own drive-in.
Yeah, you could do a projector. Do that.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Chloe's like, I'm done. I'm not going to any movie theaters, huh?
Yeah, Josh, my buddy Just Joe, he has a one of those huge projectors. So you could just put it on any wall and you can make it like as big as you want.
They have the blow up ones.
Oh, like that'd be kind of. Yeah,
I would rather have the one from the Entourage movie at Turtle's house. I would prefer that one personally.
Yeah, that's about it, Josh.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and see you next week for Back to the Future Part 2.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Talk to you later, Tony. All right.
All right. Later, guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.